Hello, my name is Joanne Sapers, and I'm the founder of the signature program, Go Deep with Love. And I help women open their hearts to find and keep true love. Or if you're in a relationship and it's uncomfortable, come talk to me. Now, I want to introduce you, and the reason why we're here today is so I can introduce you to Alyssa Rizzo. And she is a gem and very unusual young woman that just has, so many people have a lot to offer. She's extremely unique, I feel, in how she helps others. So, Alyssa, can you tell my wonderful Facebook friends a little bit about you? Why, how did we connect to each other, and what are you here to share?
Certainly. So Joan and I are colleagues in sort of a coaching space, if you will, and we walk with individuals mostly on different journeys. And I'll talk about the journey that I lead people on. And it really is a journey to reconnect with who you are and the essence of who you are and bring that out into the world. And that's the journey. And I sort of, as a coach, hold the container for that experience to happen from point A to point Z. And the way that I talk about this journey is it's called the dark night of the soul. The dark night of the soul is a moment where an individual starts to question everything that matters to them. They've always been joyful. They've always been engaged in life. They've always been a go-getter. And all of a sudden, either one of two things is going on. Stuff seems to be crashing around them, and they've always been successful. Like, why is this failures happening? And I can't seem to, nothing's working to sort of make this work. Or they feel very listless. They feel very disconnected from themselves. They feel like the things that they used to do don't make them happy anymore. And they're not sure where to go or what to do. They don't have a clear vision of where to transition towards from where they are. So a dark night of the soul journey can just be something that you start to feel listless and it comes up, or it can be something that gets triggered through a major loss. I lost my spiritual mentor and mom this summer, and that initiated a very long experience for me in that. It can be the loss of a job, a career, the failure of a company, or it can just be you're not happy anymore. And you don't know where to move forward. You don't know how. You know that you're looking for support, and you also know that you don't need to go to counseling and get a diagnosis of depression. It's really I need someone to help me move through this experience, and you understand that it's a moving through experience versus a quick fix.
Excellent. Well, wow, that's a lot. There's a lot of information. And you know what? I'm sure it's helping people that are going through that now to feel like, okay, so maybe a question they may have for you is, if I come to you and I'm going through a dark night of the soul, how do you help me?
Absolutely. Such a great question. It's really in the container that I hold and the journey that we walk together. So I fit into coach as in like, that's the segment of culture that it looks like my work is, but really what I do is I facilitate this journey with you. And we take the feedback from your life as the point of direction. And I walk with you from there's no set necessary amount of time that I necessarily walk with someone. Most people, there's between a 6-month and a year-long journey, just because that's the time frame that they need to really do the deep how is it that I'm responding and reacting to my life. And Dark Night of the Soul, what it does is it strips away everything that's not who you really are as a being, as an entity, and as a soul. And it's different than finding your purpose. Dark Night of the Soul is not about what's my new purpose. It's really a question of who I really am as a person and how is it that I be in the world. And we go from that. how do I be in the world? And then we use that to determine where is it that I go? What direction do I feel called to go in? Where do I feel called to move? And it really is a creating movement, not based on preference, but movement based on what feels in alignment, based on who you are and how you be.
Okay, so would you say you help your clients get to know who they really are from the soul level?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
Excellent.
And it's not because you didn't have that right beforehand. I want to make this really, really clear. It's you don't come into this because you didn't do the work before in your life.
Mm-hmm.
It's a new evolution of where you're at. So most people who've come to me are people who've done a lot of who I am as a person work. When you come to me, you're just at another level of who I am as a being. But it's who I am as a being. I've got some blinders on. I'm not sure where I'm going. I don't know. For the first time in my life, I don't have a vision. That's one of the markers where you're my client versus some other coach's client. You know, you want to get out of where you are, but the vision is not clear. It can't be. We have to update the version of you first before we can get clear on where you're going. And that's where it really requires, I call it a space holder and a facilitator. And I help you work inside that container, because that clarity takes time to come to us. It's not this is a journey versus a one and done.
Sounds really special. Sounds like, you can tell me if this is right or wrong. When someone comes to you, you really almost, you keep them up, you hold their hand, you're their support.
Yeah.
Until they can feel like they can trust themselves again.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got it. You
Right.
nailed it. Yes. Yes. Until you feel like you can trust yourself. And self-trust doesn't come from affirming it. It comes from feeling it. And when we return you to yourself, I call it coming home to yourself. So what's the results of this journey? It's coming home to yourself in a way that is very, very different than anything you've ever done.
I love that. So do you offer some kind of a consultation, a discovery call? What is it that my wonderful Facebook friends?
Yes, a discovery call is a beautiful place for us to start. There's no agendas on the discovery call. It's just having a conversation to know whether or not you're at a point in your journey where I'm ready to support you. And the people who are the right fit for this are people who know it's a journey. It's going to take some steps. They're really not looking for a one and done. So love discovery calls. They're one of my favorite things to do. It brings me so much joy to connect with people so light to so light in that space, and just really be present to them in whatever is going on in their space. And together we choose whether or not we're going to walk together.
I love that. I love that. So if, as you're listening to Alyssa, you're feeling a pain, like she's talking directly to you, or it's kind of opening up a door that you're not quite sure, definitely get in touch with her. She's going to tell you how you can do that.
Yeah, so the best way to do this is actually to reach out to me on LinkedIn. My profile is Alyssa Rizzo, and I'm in the greater Boston area. I have a pixie cut in the picture, so just notice that the hair's longer in this video. Or you can reach out to Joanne on Facebook, and she will message me to make sure that you can get in touch with me. Or you can find me by being connected through Joanne. We are Facebook friends, and feel free to send me a private message via Facebook. I have short brown hair, and I'm wearing a brown shirt. That's how you know that it's me, and I'm connected to Joanne. I would love to chat with you. I really want people to not feel afraid that they did something wrong or that they made mistakes, that this is where they're at in their life. That was my core fear. And my client, you are a highly successful person who's like, I've always been able to manage this. What's going on that I can't now? So I'm here to be of service. I'm here to help. And
beautiful. And I just want to give everyone the clarity. It's ALYSSA. RIZZO, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So that's who you want to look for on LinkedIn. Yes. And we want to just thank you so much for joining us. Again, get in touch with Alyssa, get in touch with myself. any questions, and she is a gem. So thank you for your
Thank
time,
you. Thank
sharing who
you.
you are, and you're just a gift to this universe. So really appreciate knowing you and being able to offer you to my Facebook friends so they can find out who you are. And if they're ready and to take that journey and they're in that dark night of the soul, you're just a wonderful person to connect to. So
I
thank you.
so receive that. I receive that fully and completely. Thank you.
All right. Have a blessed day, and thank you for sharing your time with us. We'll look forward to talking with you again.
Of course.
Bye.
Bye.